Okay, good evening and welcome to the Simply Race Touring Car Championship with me, Ben Turner and Darren Kirk.
Hello.
Drivers are just going out now for the first qualifying session. In this group we have Will Murphy, Tristan Eales, Steve Boyce, Stephen Moffat, Rhys Foreman, Paul Eales, Paul Day, Nathan Burton and Michael Epps. The car is the Honda Civic touring car, and we are going around the Croft circuit. There's already a little bit of contact going on actually. For some of the drivers, I should really be trying to look for a bit of space. So qualifying will set which race and which group of racers are together. The top drivers go together into the Group A. The middle group will go into Group B. And the bottom 9 drivers will go into Group C. It's 27 drivers here this evening. We have 10 simulators here at Simply Race, so it means we'll be running groups of 9. So in this group there's a couple of drivers to really be looking out for. Stephen, it's his first round with us at the SRTCC. Stephen Moffat, who is partner number 4. But he has been very, very quick in practice, setting some very, very quick lap times. We also need to be looking at Will Murphy in pod number 1, Paul Day in pod number 7 as well, probably the ones to kind of be looking out for. Oh, and Stephen Boyce as well, probably the ones he's looking out for in this group. Not to forget actually, pod number 9, Michael Epps, who should be our championship leader but ended up taking out half the field in the last race. So drivers are just about to start their first flying lap now. We are currently on board with Paul Eales, a newcomer to the series, here with his son Tristan as well. Now following Will Murphy in number 1 in the USA Honda car.
Will's actually got the lap record in this car at the moment. I think it was set on Friday night.
Yeah, that's correct.
So I think he's going to be one to watch tonight. He's certainly going to want to...
Yeah, we did watch back Will's lap record. Actually, we did cut a little bit of the corner at turn number 1. Someone had knocked over the bollards. Probably only gained them about a tenth of a second, but it was 4 tenths clearer than the other drivers. So it is quite interesting. Oh, an incident already then. Burton spinning round. As we see Michael Epps go across the line. Michael Epps then has gone second overall so far, 127.316. Stephen Moffat, who we did say was someone to watch. It's quite nice to have him nice and early on in the session. 126.329. I think we should be seeing 25s, 125s in this session. There have been 24s set in practice, but the track does evolve as it gets, as more and more cars go on it. We will reset that after every session, but in the practice sessions, we had longer to get the rubber down on the circuit and make it slightly more quicker, rubbered in. So we see a little bit of agitation from one of the drivers, Steve Boyce. He's not entirely happy with something or other. I think he may have actually got some damage to the car.
This series does run with full damage on the cars, especially for the races, so the drivers do need to make sure that they are not causing any incidents when they get to the finish. I think they will be reset back to the pits for quality just to get them back out as quickly as possible. So at the moment, Stephen Moffat is on pole with a 126.3, with Michael Epps second, Will Murphy third, and Paul Day fourth. But I think what we're going to see is the track will start to change very quickly. A lot of them are still learning the track as well. Some have done certainly more practice than others.
So interestingly, Steve Boyce has managed to crash again. We did just restart him because he damaged his car, but he went out the pit lane and pressed the clutch instead of the brake, which has damaged his car again. So he's going to give it another go. He's got 5 minutes left to set a good lap, which he's really only got time for maybe 1 or 2 flying laps, really.
So at the moment we've got 3 drivers all within a second of each other. Stephen Moffat, Will Murphy and Michael Epps, Paul Day, all within that second. There's a bit of a gap to some of these other chaps who I think have done varying levels of you see just Tristan Neal's going off there. He's hit the barrier, so I think he's going to need to be reset.
So all drivers now having set a lap time, with the exception of Steve Boyce and his his strange goings on with his left foot. Michael Epps is now top, with Will Murphy in second place. Stephen Moffat, Stephen Moffat's just put in a quicker lap time, so Stephen is now in second. 126.329 is his. Epps has done a 125.990. Will Murphy 126.755. We know he's capable of more, as is Paul Day in pod number 4. In pod number 7, in 4th place, 127.162. I'm sure those drivers are going to be very keen to kind of set a good lap time. In 5th place, Rhys Foreman. 6th place, Paul Eales. Tristan Eales in 7th place. Nathan Burton in 8th. Still waiting for a good lap time from Steve Boyce in at number 3. So on board with Rhys Foreman, one of the newcomers to the series, the Royal Air Force Civic, as he goes through one of the quicker sections of circuit. Oh, and Tristan Neal's is off track. That looks like it's just coming into just before Sunny Inn. It's quite a strange place to go off circuit. Cutting back to Stephen Moffat, who is currently in second place, half a second off Michael Epps. Obviously Epps very much expected to be one of the top drivers today. Nathan Burton off track as well. It seems like quite a lot of the drivers are struggling early on today, whereas they haven't quite found their sim legs yet. Joining back on the track nice and safely. We do have 2 minutes remaining. And on a separate screen I can see that Tristan Eales has gone off circuit again. He's still yet to set a very competitive lap time. 141.599 is his best.
So how many drivers do we have here tonight, Ben?
So 27 drivers, which means groups of 9. There will be 3 competitive groups, so there will be an A group, a B group and a C group, all based on qualifying. The drivers will then have a chance to improve their laps, improve their group, depending on where they are, in terms of their lap time during the races. It looks to me like Tristan's car there is quite damaged. I'd be very surprised if he can continue.
So as we come towards the end of this session, we've got Michael Epps in the quickest at the moment with 125.8, Stephen Moffat second, 4 tenths slower, Will Murphy in third. As I say that, Paul Day has moved up to 3rd place, pushing Will down to 4th. Steve Boyce in 5th, Rhys Foreman in 6th place, Paul Eales in 7th, Tristan Eales in 8th, and Nathan Burton in 9th. So we've got 1 minute remaining of this session. We'll keep an eye out and see if anyone else puts any times in that improves. these drivers do have full corner cutting rules on, so if they go 4 wheels off the track, their time's not counted. So.
Okay, well done drivers. If you could jump up and let the next group in, please. Are you cutting to a, do you want to cut to a video or something? Sorry. So drivers, take a seat. Okay, so you can see on your screen that a couple of drivers are now switching over. In this group we have Grant Lyman in pod number 1, Bradley Philpott in pod number 2, Dan Ryan in pod number 3, Mark Winwood in pod number 4, Chris Hardwick in pod number 5, Alistair Dendy in number 6, Callum Cripps in number 7, Jack Ashton in number 8, and Lee Connell in number 9. So it's obviously another strong group really. We're expecting Phil Bradpott to do very well, along with Jack Ashton and Lee Connell. We've got some really strong heat here. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe half of these guys end up in the top group for the race. A lot of them have done 25s and 24s in practice leading up to the event. We're just going to double check that all drivers are ready to go, and then we'll be hitting the button on the next part of practice. Okay, welcome back. We are on to the second part of qualifying with our next group of drivers, and they're just leaving the pit lane now. Hopefully there's not too many incidents on the as they leave the pits. I have just seen one driver go straight into a barrier. That's Grant Lyman. Not steering enough as he left the pit lane. I'm sure he'll find this slightly embarrassing later on when he watches it back. So now is a good time to kind of really go through what's going on in the championship. So bear with me 1 second, we're going to switch over to Darren.
Drivers just all out on their laps at the moment, so let's see some times coming in very shortly. So we've got some very good drivers in this group. Just looking at the list, you can see Jack Ashton, Bradley Philpott, Lee Connell, Mark Winwood, all should be names a couple of times. There's quite a few new names here that I've not seen before, so they're all joining the SRTCC. We can have up to 30 drivers. So to have 27 for this event, that's fantastic. And we had quite a few last minute cancellations, so that's always good. So we've got this qualifying session and a qualifying session after this. What will then happen is all the drivers will be sorted out and then put into race A, B or C based on their qualifying lap time. So the top 9 quickest drivers will be in race A, middle 9 race B, and the last 9 in race C. At the end of each series of races, so once A, B and C have all raced, the fastest lap times from the first races will decide who's in race A, B and C. So if a driver doesn't do very well in qualifying, they can get themselves back into the A races by putting in a quick lap in one of their other races. So all drivers are going to do 3 races tonight, 7 laps apiece, as well as this qualifying session. But we're still waiting for some lap times to come in here. We should have our first lap. Lee Connell crossing the line at 1:27.0, so easily beat that later on. Bradley just gone at 1:26.9, just behind him on track. Jack Ashton at 1:26.8, so he's gone straight to the top. Such a short 10 minutes long to qualify. It really is about finding track space. You really don't want to be tripping over someone else, but you don't want to be held up. Picked up Alistair Denby here. He's being followed by Dan Ryan. So we'll look at the times that are coming in. All the drivers here today are using identical equipment, identical setups, so it is all driver skill and how well they can get their heads around these BTCC Honda Civics. Being front wheel drive, there is quite a lot of torque steer and understeer. It can be quite a tricky car to handle, but the more confidence you get with it, the quicker you'll go. Got Grant Lyman here, coming up, crossing the start-finish line, so let's see if he can improve in his time. He does do, takes a couple of seconds off, but he's still a little way down, so I think he's had some sort of spin in that lap. See Chris Hardwick running wide. That's the problem with the understeer in these cars. You sort of start to commit, and you start to turn, and then towards the edge of the corner, it's easy to run out wide, go across the gravel and lose a huge amount of time. Callum Cripps has had a slight technical issue, so he's just down there now. So we start to put in his laps. He gets out nicely of the way of Jack Ashton. He is still quickest at the moment. We'll follow him as he comes up to the start-finish line through the final hairpin. See if he can improve his time. That's 1:26.6, so it was ever so slower than his previous lap. Bradley is still in second place. Yeah, we'll pick him up now. So he's 0.3 of a second off Jack at the moment. But knowing Bradley, he just gets quicker and quicker with every lap. So I would imagine to see him competing right at the sharp end this evening. So we're coming into the final 3 minutes of this session. We've got Ben back here on the mic as well with us.
Oh, sorry about that. Just audio issue with one of the pods, but very quickly resolved. So it was actually Callum Cripps who is on circuit now in pod number 7. I'm going to slightly extend this by 2 or 3 minutes just to give him time to get a couple of quick laps in. At the moment he is down in 8th place in this group and 14th place overall. But this is quite a competitive group. A lot of them are relatively close together. It's quite interesting. Brad is doing quite well. He hasn't had a huge amount of practice. In fact, he was lamenting the amount of practice that he's been able to do this month. Well off the pace, but quite close to the overall pace for Michael Epps and Stephen Moffat. So it's 3rd place overall. Jack Ashton is 2nd in this group, but 5th overall. Lee Connell in 6th place overall, but 3rd in this session. And as always, Jack Ashton and Lee Connell within hundredths of a second of each other. Every time they come down here for practice, it does seem like they're incredibly close together. So we are going to be having another 4 minutes of practice now. So here we are on board with Bradley Philpott as he crosses the line and into the tricky turn number 1. Those bollards on the outside are very heavy. You don't want to hit those. Cutting very nicely. You can see the glow of the brake discs as he's heavy under braking and into the very quick chicane. That is flat out. A lot of people don't believe us when we tell them that it's flat out. That
yeah, you've got to have a hell of a lot of confidence to go through there. Flat out, but when you first approach it, it doesn't look like it. But quite a lot of this circuit is some
very
corners are flat out. It's all about having the confidence that you are going to stay on the track on the exit of the corner.
Absolutely. I think with the lift-off oversteer of these Civics, actually trying to keep the foot in makes them more stable and more forgiving as well. Lee Connell in the very stylish blue rims on his car as he goes into sunny in, through to sunny out. I find this part of the track most difficult. So still Bradley's chasing top times from Epps and Moffat. I can see that he is just about to cross the line again. I don't know whether he is currently up or down.
Just had a change of position. Mark Winwood's gone into 5th place, just in front of Alistair Denby. 1.3 seconds off the time of Bradley at the moment, so he's not far behind Dan Ryan. There's only 0.003 of a second separating 4th and 5th. So it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of minutes whether either of them can cement being in front of the other. Actually, not far behind Alistair Denby, so. We've just got Chris Hardwick coming up to cross the line. Mark Winwood's gone up to 4th place ahead of Dan Ryan. So he is definitely getting quicker, Mark Winwood. Will anyone else be able to beat him?
If they are going to, they're leaving it quite late. There's only, actually 2 minutes remaining because Callum Cripps still hasn't reached. We're still 2 minutes away from his allotted 10 minutes after the audio issues on his sim. We have got a driver on my screen, which is the one you're seeing at the moment, who is stuck on circuit, and that's Dendy. He's crashed the last couple of corners. So whilst you weren't watching, actually, Bradley Philpott asked for his car to be reset after damage. I think he must have lost it on a quick one. So we're interested to see whether he's going to be able to get a quick one in. Okay, so we have just over a minute left of qualifying. Going to be interested to see if he gets his lap in. It's going to be quite close for Bradley. He is still top of this group, however. Doesn't look like Jack or Lee have improved in the last couple of laps. There's only going to be a couple of drivers who are able to cross the line before we reach 10 minutes on this session for Callum. A very strong group overall, though. We can see that most of them have placed midfield or into the upper tier. Quickest driver, Bradley Philpott, Jack Ashton second, Lee Collin third, Mark Winwood fourth, Dan Ryan fifth, Alistair Dendy sixth, Callum Cripps seventh, Chris Hardwick eighth, and Grant Lyman in ninth place.
And that's the end of that qualifying session, so we're just going to start swapping over and preparing for the next group now, so just bear with us a second. As you can see on the webcam, Simply Race does have a fully licensed bar, so drivers can enjoy a range of beers and spirits whilst they're driving, as well as Coke and coffee.
Welcome back for the third part of qualifying here at Simply Race. We are getting the final 9 drivers through their 10-minute qualifying session, which will decide which group they are in for the actual races. An A group, a B group and a C group, all based on their qualifying sessions in this race. There are 3 races following that for each driver. So a round of races with 3 races in each. Oh, massive crash. Oh, a couple of drivers have really gone off there. I think there's going to be a couple of drivers calling for a resetted car.
Pretty certain that's not what they anticipated at the start of this qualifying session. So we'll get those cars reset and back in. In this group we have Carl Chard, Ben Irwin, Lewis Manley, Dan Oliver, Colin Talbot, Andrew Fellows, Jordan Cruikshank, David Williams and Adam Cater, who just here go very close to the tyres. So he's lucky to get away with that one.
It's all gone wrong for Daisy there, hasn't it?
I'm not sure where he thinks he's going to get out from there, but I'm sure he'll work it out eventually. So we started to get some lap times in already. Carl Chard's done a 1:26.3. Hang on, we're just going to reload out our overlay quickly.
So apologies for that, guys. We did just realise we had the lap times up from the previous group, so that's our fault. They're actually going to be leaving the circuit again. Drivers around me calling conspiracy theories. They only had 2 minutes. They haven't even started their flying laps yet, gentlemen. Apologies to everyone affected, including the other drivers. So hello to Arnaud across the channel in France. Yes, we will be doing some onboard camera angles during the racing. Whilst we're qualifying, getting the drivers just settled into the qualifying session, we've just left it on to the track side cameras, but that will be changing in the races. But it's very nice to have a viewer from across the channel. So hello from all of us over this side of the English channel. You can consider whether they call that the English channel over there. I probably don't. I don't know. Maybe Arno can let us know and we'll update you. So after that slight interruption, the drivers are just about to cross the line for their first flying lap. So after practice, there's a couple of there's quite a few drivers to be watching out for in this session, and there's probably a lot of guys behind me who are feeling a little bit nervous. We know that Ben Irwin has set a very good lap time in practice, 1:24, albeit with a slightly more rubbered-in circuit. Dane is expected to be very quick. Dane Oliver, Lewis Manley as well, and David Williams actually has gone quickest in our competition, our monthly competition in the Porsche GTEs. That competition is to to be part of our champion showdown at Simply Race?
Yeah, we just showed the trailer in the last advert break, so you should have seen that there. Chance to race against some very, very big names in motorsport. All you need to do is win the Driver of the Month competition, which is a Porsche 911 GTE car around Brands Hatch. So if you think that you can be the quickest time on the leaderboard, then come on down. 25% of all fees practice sessions will be going to the winner's chosen charity.
Yeah, it's a very exciting position to get. Members of the public racing against some of these superstars, and actually based on the results so far, we're really expecting a good race between some of the regular series Simply Race and some of the professional drivers.
And the best thing of all, to just see David Williams find out the hard way that the cones are a little bit solid. I think his car is okay, but that has ruined his lap, so he might have to go ahead and do another one. But with the Champion Showdown, that will be broadcast live on YouTube, exactly the same as what we're doing now. So even if you can't make it down here to spectate, or don't make it onto the grid, you can still tune in at home and catch up on the action. Just watching Lewis Manley here, very quick driver Lewis. Currently third at the moment, but I can imagine these times will be tumbled.
So after that crash there for David Williams is actually for the car to be reset back in the pit lane. Damage is on for this evening, so when the drivers are pushing a little bit too hard and end up in the barrier, it does then impact the rest of their session. They do have a choice to make whether they want to go and do another out lap before a flying lap, or if they want to try and carry on with the damage that they've already got. There is, however, still a few minutes remaining, so it should be that he gets another clean lap in before the end of the session. So something that we can see but you can't quite see at home at the moment is the overall qualifying results. At the moment, it's Michael Epps on pole position in the first group, with Stephen Moffat in second and Bradley Philpott in third. Paul Day is looking to be in fourth place, with Jack Ashton in fifth. Lee Connell in sixth, Will Murphy in seventh. Dane Oliver, who is the leader of this group, is currently looking to be eighth in Group A, with Carl Chard, who is second place in this group, going to be completing that set. Steve Boyce, who's looking to be position for the B group. Mark Wood will probably be in second, Dan Ryan in third. There is at the moment quite a number of this third group who are in the lower two races, but I do think with the time we've got remaining that we will see kind of an improvement. A lot of these drivers are going to be picking it up and moving up slightly higher in the standings. So a bit of a request then. It's my fault. I didn't say this earlier. Big hello to Oscar up in Manchester, who is eating potato waffle and popcorn chicken whilst watching the stream. So hello, Oscar. I hope you're enjoying watching all the guys race here this evening. Anyway, back to the action. Just a couple of minutes left on this qualifying session. We do surprised at the moment to see Lewis Manley outside of the top 9 drivers. It might be that he hasn't had any luck so far with getting a good lap time in. So Lewis is in pod number 9. He's just crossed the line and hasn't improved. So I think they might potentially get one more lap in now. So this is do or die for a lot of the drivers. So following the conclusion of this practice session, we will be taking a short break to organise the drivers into their groups. The stream should get a little bit more exciting. Then we're going to be doing some proper racing with grid starts, which is what we all want to see at the moment. Qualifying sessions, I appreciate, can be a little bit not quite as exciting. That said, we have seen some upsets already, and some drivers that really should be in the top group not quite there. Just 1 minute remaining. Okay, and that is the end of the qualifying session here at Simply Race. Join us again in just 2 or 3 minutes' time when we start the first race, first round of races at Croft. just about to start the first race of the evening. This is Group Number C, so drivers who unfortunately were in the bottom 9 in qualifying. However, they are able to change their fortunes with a good result and a quick lap in this race. Their finishing position will give them points towards the championship and also tonight's trophies, but also the best lap time will also decide whether they move up groups or down groups.
This race we've got Chris Hardwick. Oh, sorry, hang on. Bit of an awkward camera view that for the start of the race. Andrew Fellows takes the lead into turn 1.
Looks relatively clean through the first couple corners. A little bit further back, we've got Jordan Cruikshank trying to move down the inside of Grant Lyman. There's our more screen up.
I think we've had a few cars hit the chicane there.
So Nathan had got ahead. We've got a change for the lead as well. You can see the change of position at the bottom. So that's David Williams now leading the race. David had a very disappointing qualifying session. Oh, and there's someone sideways there through the chicane. I'm not entirely sure who that was. So David Williams leading way in the RAF coloured Civic.
He's chasing him down in second place, and Andrew Fellows and Colin Talbot just behind in third and fourth. Oh, he has a little look there, doesn't he, Chris?
It's a bit far back now to make moves. They cross the line for the end of the first racing lap of this round at Croft. So David Williams leading by 0.7 seconds. Chris Hardwick in second. Andrew Fellows has moved down into third place with Colin Talbot, where he started in fourth. Jordan's had a relatively good first couple of laps, up into fifth with Grant down into sixth place. Father and son Paul Eels and Tristan Eels in seventh and eighth respectively, and Nathan Burton unfortunately languishing behind in ninth place. There's Jordan there, who's off the track at turn number 1, rejoining now. Another driver also going off. That looks like it was Grant Lyman there. Looks at the timing screens, I think Chris is a little bit closer now to David at the front.
Just focusing on this battle for a minute.
It's a little bit, it's a little bit wide into Sunny Inn, then getting a bit onto the grass, which hasn't got the most amount of grip. I'm sure we're all aware.
Chris is definitely looking closer. He seems to lose a little bit of just before he gets to the hairpin, giving David a bit of a breathing space.
So we have got two of the drivers are in for hitting for repairs now. Nathan Burton and Tristan Eels both getting repairs to their car. Obviously, if they have sustained damage in a collision, it is beneficial for them to get the car repaired so they can set it for lap time and increase their position for the race.
Just jumping on board with Chris Hardwick here, just so we can see exactly how well he's doing at chasing down David Williams. The next part of the circuit is flat out, I believe. It really does require you to have confidence with the car. Again round this flat out corner, then it's a heavy brake down into Sunny Inn. And it's all about getting the line through there, so you get a decent exit through Sunny Out.
So quite a steady gap between the top two drivers, very closely matched on pace. 0.7 of a second. Hopefully, I mean, they should be stringing each other along and getting some good lap times until they both progress to the next round of races.
A little bit further behind, about 7 seconds, we've got Andrew Fellows, and then we've got a big jump back, I think due to some of those incidents on the first lap. Grant Lyman, Colin Tolbot, Jordan Cruikshank, Paul Eales, Nathan Burton and Tristan Eales. So we'll keep an eye on this battle. We're 3 laps in so far, so they've definitely managed to jump in the group. But we'll be able to see whether Chris can force David into a mistake or whether he can resist that pressure.
So some of the drivers around me, I know there's not a lot of going on circuit at the moment, but some of the drivers just talking about the benefits of R-Factor 2, which is the new software that we're running here at Simply Race. We were running the old R-Factor system, which still a lot of simulator centres are running, even in some of the professional centres. We have upgraded to the newest and most up-to-date version from the ISI team. To improve graphics and physics. You can really see a lot more detail than you could here on software. You can see things like the glowing brakes. We can see on Chris Hardwick's car as he's braking hard into turn 2. So David does seem to be getting into the groove of this circuit. He hadn't actually done any practice at all before turning up this evening. I think that might have caught him by surprise, some of the speed of some of the drivers this evening. But he does seem to be getting into the groove. He is down to now 1:27.097, which I'm just going to quickly check would have been good enough to put him in the second race, if not the first.
We've actually had a change of position for the lead.
We'll quickly
just going to have a look at that back on our second screen, but it looks like Williams has had a collision with the back marker, so we're going to have a look back, see exactly what happened. At the moment, Chris Hardwick has stopped the lead, and by 2.7 seconds, so look back on the second screen, and we can see that David Williams has had some awful luck in just being clipped by look like a rejoining back marker there. It looks like he's 3 seconds behind now, and the gap is strengthening, so I'm guessing he has got some sort of damage, and it's all up to Chris now just to keep it clean and get it to the end of the race. Oh, David Williams off there. Big hit into the hay bales. He's managed to rejoin. Tell you what though, this has David is going to have quite a damaged car, and he's got Andrew Fellows right behind him. So 2 laps remaining after this. After this one, it's going to be very, very close towards the end. Looks like Chris has well and truly got away with it now. 11 seconds over these two. So we'll keep an eye out, and we'll let you know if there's any changes.
So on to the final lap. David Williams hasn't had the best of luck in this race. Coming together with the back marker, and actually it was myself that reviewed it on the second monitor. They were was very unlucky. The driver, Paul Eels, looked like he had some damage to his car that was pulling, essentially the car was pulling to the right. The steering input was actually towards the left, so it's difficult to see whether or not Paul will receive a penalty for that. At the moment, David's still soldiering on in second place, ahead of Andrew Fellows, and presumably with quite a lot of damage himself after heavily going into the hay bales at the end of the. So there's not long left for him to hold off from Andrew. It does seem like he's just got a bit of a bigger gap as well. It looks quite comfortable then for David as he goes into the final section. So there we have it then. Race winner Chris Hardwick has just crossed the line, and it does look as though David Williams will be crossing the line in second place. Andrew Fellows is in third. We're just waiting for the remainder of the drivers to cross the line. So Grant here, quite wide at the apex, coming in sunny in, much better on sunny out. Does look very much so that Grant's going to be taking fourth place. Quite a quiet race for Grant after the initial contact in the first few corners. It's probably been quite lonely on circuit. Maybe it looks like he's carrying a little bit of damage as well. Doesn't seem like the car's doing exactly what he would personally like the car to do. Meanwhile, we've had a couple of other drivers finish. So Paul Wheels has finished, but he's just gone into the barrier again. Colin Talbot's finished. Tristan Eels has finished. Nathan Burton's finished. We're just waiting for one more driver, Jordan. But in the meantime, we'll be cutting away whilst we get the next drivers into the pods, and we'll be rejoining in just 2 minutes' time.
We're just staging, getting everyone ready into the seats for the next round. So we should be ready to go. So we'll be going in about a minute.
Okay, welcome back to Simply Race live stream. This is race number 2, second race in the first round of races, if that kind of makes sense to some of you. So these are the middle qualifiers, so they were positions 10 to 18 in the qualifying session. Just 1 second, we're just about to have the lights coming on, and there's a jump start, so we will restart the race. Okay, so just that, bit of a jump start there. I did think it was Alistair Dendy, and actually turned out to be Reece Foreman. They do need to be patient and wait for the green lights at the start of the race. And here we go, off clean this time. Cleanish this time as they come into the first. Steve Boyce leading the field. Lewis Manley diving down the inside. Oh no, he hasn't. He did pull up a lot before I thought he was going to. Don't know if there's any incidents behind. A little bit of side-to-side contact, that's okay. It's touring class. So, oh, big crash somewhere. Not sure who that was. So it looks like Dan Ryan and Ben Irwin have been affected. 3 wide as the drivers come into. Well done to those 4 drivers. It's still very close in the front between Steve Boyce and Lewis Manley. And I'm going to quickly look back at the incident for the other drivers.
I think for the time being we'll stay on this group. We've got Adam Cater, Mark Winderwood, Callum Cripps and Reece Foreman, all so close together. Focused here on Mark Winwood in 4th place. Just a little bit further up the road, Steve Boyce is still in the lead, Lewis Manley in 2nd place, but I'm going to keep one eye on that. It's very close between the top 2, so let's just jump up there for a second. Actually, we will stay on this. So, here's Mark. He's having a little bit of a look, but I don't think there's anywhere to overtake really into turn 1. You might have more chance. Oh, and we've got a car off there. Just having a look who it is. I think it's Adam Cater is in the barrier. And Mark Winwood's under a lot of pressure there. Oh, side by side. But I think Mark has just lost out there. No, he somehow managed to keep it. Oh, it's close between these 2. So we're just having the first lap looked at just to make sure. There's half a second between 1st and 2nd at the moment, and then these 3 all within a second. And we've just heard from the stewards that Mark Winwood is going to receive a 5-point penalty for indiscretion, causing an accident on the first lap. So we'll jump back a little bit. Callum Cripps is up to 3rd place, Mark Winwood in 4th, Reece Foreman in 5th, Adam Daisy Cater in 6th, Dan Ryan 7th, Ben Irwin 8th, and I think Alistair Dendy has retired due to too much damage. There's about a second between the top 2 at the moment. Steve Boyce leading from Lewis Manley. both of these drivers are regulars here, so I'm sure they've done plenty of laps here. Jumping back to third place now, and Callum Crooks is under pressure from Mark Winwood, who is going to get 5 points deduction for this race. Sometimes though, in motorsport things happen and decisions go either for or against you. I'm sure Mark will get his head down and make sure that he's back up at the front of the race for the next race. Jumping back to the lead battle, Steve Boyce is still ahead of Lewis Manley, but Lewis is looking aggressive. He's not going to want to come second, he's going to want to win this. There's 8 tenths of a second between the two of them. Lewis catching. There is a bit of a difference of lines between these two drivers. I think Lewis is using more of the track than Steve. We're just going to jump further back on the track though. Mark is still piling the pressure on. Just jumped on board with Mark Winwood here. Just seeing him chasing down Callum Crooks.
It's quite close, both between first and second, and also then, isn't it? Steve Boyce is only just ahead of Lewis still. So there's a couple of battles already going on. Again, there's another pairing as well with Rhys Foreman and Adam Cater a little bit further down. So this is the battle for third, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're going to go side by side. Mark needs to be careful here that the cones on the left-hand side are solid. So hopefully he knows about this and isn't going to come from that. But he is piling the pressure on, and even you can see up ahead, Lewis Manley has also caught up by 2 tenths of a second. So these guys are 2 tenths apart.
To watch.
Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. So we still have our top 9 drivers yet to go in the first round of races. Let's keep an eye on this battle and the battle for the lead. Some of these drivers really should have been in the top group. So I think a lot of them were a little bit unlucky to not be there.
Lewis is really caught up now behind Steve.
Okay, so
it looks like coming out of Sunny Inn.
Yeah, so this is Lewis Manley in the Pertec liveried Honda against the Yuasa Honda of Steve Boyce. Coming into the final section of the track then, Croft. This last section is very tight and technical. There's quite a few different lines you can take. Lewis looks like he's going for a late apex to try and get a good run down the straight. This is an excellent onboard camera, so we are listening to you guys. We have got a few more onboards for you, yeah, just to clarify what Arno said on the chat. Yes, it is all same setup, no setups allowed. Let's make it as fair as possible.
Adam Cater has just overtaken Rhys Foreman for 5th place, so we'll miss that camera. But I think everyone's also between 3rd and 4th with Mark Winwood, which it looks like Callum's pulled a little bit of a gap out of him right now. But through the second half of the track, Lewis Manley's seen a hell of a lot quicker than Steve Boyce. I don't think it's going to be long. He's sizing him up now. Is he going to have a go into here?
So he's looking to see it Sunny in. He's going, okay, so Steve Boyce has gone defensive. Lewis get a better run into Sunny out. Slightly missed the apex, which is compromised the exit. This is a part of the circuit that is quite quick on, we've seen previously. Well, there's also a back marker ahead as well, just to make things a little bit more interesting.
There you go, 2 tenths of a second between them.
it might be a good idea to kind of tuck in behind for a little bit longer. It's in the slipstream.
This is the last lap.
Is allowed.
So we'll keep on this battle. I can't help thinking Lewis is going to make his move. He's having a look now. He's going to have to pull back behind for the chicane. He's going to make his move around the back of the track, I think.
There's a nice long straight here. He could really get a good run into the next right-hand bend.
Here we go.
He's looking in. Oh, he's gone very defensive. There's a bit of changing direction in the braking zone. He'll receive a bit of warning for that one, Steve.
Here we go. We're coming up to the section where I think Lewis has been quicker than Steve. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's sideways. Oh, he's caught that beautifully. Look, he's right behind. I think this is going to be...
That marker's in the perfect position to make this interesting. It's the last section of the race. This is going to be very interesting for the last couple of corners. Not sure who that back marker is. He's gone wide as well.
Oh, he's got out of the way nicely.
Out of the way.
Lewis tries to go around the outside. He's going to get a cut back. No.
Yeah, I think that's the. That was a good race there. Very good, clean race. Both of those drivers, I think.
We got Mark Winwood coming over the line in third place, who did manage to get ahead of Callum. It was fourth, and Adam Daisy-Cater just crossing the line now in fifth place. And then we've got Reece Foreman here, and Dan Ryan, who I believe Reece has just overtaken Dan, so they had a nice little scrap at the end. So we're going to go to another quick break, and we're going to all get ready for the A final now. So we've got some of the big name drivers coming up. It should be a good race.
And welcome back to the Simply Race Touring Car Championship. This is the A group for their first race. Michael Epps starting on pole position, Stephen Moffat in second and Phil Bradpott in third. We're just waiting for the lights. Just queuing them up now. Final set of lights and we're green as the drivers pull away for their laps of the race. One of the drivers on the pass as they go 3 and 4 abreast into turn 1. Are they all going to brake in time? Not sure, is the basic answer to that. Looks like Bradley Philpott is up in second. We've had a crash behind all days. He's facing backwards. Michael Epps is down in third place. A bad start from Epps then. Very, very close to 3 abreast. Very, very, very tight at the top. Stephen Moffat leading Bradley Philpott, Michael Epps in third, Jack Ashton in fourth. And then is a bit of a gap. That was linked to the earlier incident. So Lee Connells in fifth, Carl Shard in sixth, Murphy in seventh, Dane in eighth, All Day in ninth. Michael Epps is all over the back of Bradley Philpott. So Michael Epps then, whilst simultaneously defending, whilst also being on the attack. Jack Ashton is hungry for third place, very, very close to these top four drivers. The only thing that might happen is because the three behind Stephen are fighting, is that allow him to pull away a bit of a gap. At the end of the first lap, it's almost a second lead. Stephen has over Bradley Philpott in second, Michael Epps in third place, and Jack Ashton in fourth. Going back to fifth place, honestly, it's not on the screen at the moment. Here we are. There's Lee Connell under pressure, a bit from Carl Shard. Don't know whether either of these drivers have got any damage from the incident on lap number 1. Very wide there from Lee Connell. I would assume that based on that line that he has got some damage. He's not the type of driver that would go off on his own regularly, so I would assume that Lee has got some damage, and now he has to make a choice whether he wants to pit and get repairs or if he wants to carry on and get the best position he can.
Just jumping back up with the leaders here. So Stephen Moffat is still leading with Bradley Philpott in second place, Michael Epps in third and Jack Ashton in fourth. So just over 2 seconds separates these four. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. Looks like Stephen Moffat has got he's extended the gap to 1.2 seconds over Bradley Philpott, so he is flying at the moment. Bradley is a very, very quick driver, races in real life as well. You might have seen him at the Race of Champions. And he's just ahead of Michael Epps, another real world driver in the VW Cup, and Jack Ashton, I believe, drives in real life as well. So Stephen Moffat's really stretched his legs over these three. We've got a little bit of a battle between 5th and 6th, between Carl Shard and Croft. 1.9 seconds behind them. Dane in 7th place, and All Day and Wilton Finn are both in the pits, so I'm guessing they've retired due to that. Ben's just having a look over some of the footage from this, just to try and work out exactly what happened. But for the moment, we will keep on this battle of Michael Epps pressuring Bradley Philpott. Who's going to come out on top, Ben?
I'm not sure. See, Bradley Philpott is currently a championship leader.
Michael Epps is second in the championship. Is he?
Oh,
look!
So was that a nudge? I'm not sure if it was. I'm sure it's a very touring car in. We can probably accept that.
There'll probably be a nudge back in a moment,
absolutely. I would expect one. I'm sure Bradley won't give up the place easily.
person to watch out of all of this though, Jack Ashton in 4th place. He's right there, and if these two do end up knocking each other off the track or costing each other time, he's going to be there and he'll nip through.
So let's not forget that they need to get good lap times in as well to ensure that they are in the top group for the next race.
Big points for the A final.
Absolutely, yeah.
30 points for the...
30 points for the winner, racing in 1 point set time.
Here we go. Oh. Bradley's under a lot of pressure here. He is under a lot of pressure. I think Michael Epps going to go. Look, he's right behind him. It's almost bump drafting down this. It's straight. It's not going to be long now. It's about positioning your car. And obviously, Bradley and Michael both race in real life, so they know. But I think, he's not alongside. It's a little bit of door rubbing.
So that's a trademark Michael Epps move from what I've seen of his highlights reels. So he does like a bit of contact on the way through.
And Bradley now is under pressure from Jack Ashton, who I think wants to eyes on this. But look, Bradley's fighting back.
Mike's gone very defensive. Brad's going to take the late apex. He's trying to hold his bumper, isn't he?
Part of the problem with these two battling like this though is they are losing a lot of time to Stephen Moffat, who's scampering away 3.7 seconds in the lead. So we just jumped on board from Bradley's camera angle and see how these cars slide around. So 3.6 seconds ahead, Stephen Moffat is. Jack Ashton has dropped back. Oh, is that Bradley making a big sideways? We managed to jump to Paul Day, who's looks like he's having a good race in the pits there. We'll just jump back with this. So we've got Jack's camera view here. This is what he's seeing in his pod at the moment. He can see the back of Bradley, and he's seen Bradley make a few mistakes, which is unusual for him anyway. I know he hasn't practiced quite as much as the others.
Now that, Stephen Moffat has done the quickest lap time whilst we were on board with this battle, 25.606. So that at the moment put him on pole position for the A race next time round. But now Michael Epps has been released. He's a 25.807. The danger for Bradley and Jack is they're going to end up quite low down on the field, just based on the fact they haven't really clean laps with them racing hard against the driver. So it's be interesting to keep an eye on what the qualifying results will be.
See, all the guys now are running slightly wide. That's from them pushing as hard as they can. Stephen Moffat's going to be coming up to cross the line in a minute. You should see him right in the... I know he's so far ahead, you're not even going to see him drive along the inside. So he is the gap 3.6 seconds. So Michael Epps is slowly eating into him on this last lap. 3.6 seconds should be more than enough for him to comfortably. Does Stephen do any racing in real life? obviously, I think he's going to be rather happy beating some of these big names.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of them are very experienced real-world racers as well as sim racers as well. So it was a bit fortunate that Brad and Michael were racing against each other rather than sort of concentrating on Stephen in front. That's probably allowed him to get that bit of a gap. But I think all the drivers have proved that they can be a little bit closer. And hang on. Stephen Moffat has lost the lead. We're not entirely sure where that was.
Right, so,
something's happened to something's happened to Mike. To Stephen. So we're going to try and find that in a minute. But Stephen Moffat,
second.
Son,
Jack Ashton third.
Still hasn't crossed the line. Here we go. So yeah, Stephen across the line in 4th place after leading. So under relatively no pressure.
I think that's the commentator's curse, isn't it, Ben?
Sorry, that's my fault. I apologise, Stephen.
When he watches this back later, here's what he was saying.
He's obviously not happy because he's got out of his simulator, and that's him against the wall. So Michael Epps the winner then. Bradley Philpott 2nd, Jack Ashton 3rd, Stephen Moffat 4th, Carl Chard in 5th place, Lee Connell in 6th, Dane Oliver in 7th, Will Murphy in 8th, and Paul Day in 9th position.
Right, we're just going to take a very short break now whilst we get ready for race 2 of the C final. So we'll be back shortly. Just bringing up now on screen for you the results of the last race. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break now whilst everyone just has a chance to swap round. We've got to work out which 10 quickest drivers will be going through to... which 9 quickest drivers and how they're all going to be split up. But we'll pop the webcam on for you just whilst we wait. As you can see, the drivers are all just going to their pods now. This is for race 2, the C race number 2. So we've got Reece Foreman, Colin Talbot, Grant Lyman, Alistair Dendy, Nathan Burton, Tristan Eales, Paul Day, Paul Eales and Jordan Cruikshank all participating in this race, and that will be coming up in the next couple of minutes. Right, we are back. The drivers are all on the grid, and it's counting down. So Nathan Burton is on pole position with Reece Foreman in second, Paul Eales in third, Colin Talbot in fourth, Grant Lyman in fifth, Alistair Dendy sixth, Jordan Cruikshank in seventh, Tristan Eales in eighth, and Paul Day in ninth. So the drivers are all there, patiently waiting on the grid now. Red lights are on. And it's go, go, go. It looks like a good start here from Nathan, but it's always close for second place. Oh no, Colin Talbot has been spun off the track. He is miles off, so he is going to have to rejoin in some way. I think he's rejoined last.
So Tristan Eales doing quite well there, up in 4th place. So a scream of "Oh, come on" from someone, not sure who that was. One of the drivers. So evidently it was Alistair Dendy. Oh, come on. So second place for Alistair at the moment. So both Alistair and Paul Day, not two drivers we really wouldn't expect to see in this group. So they're probably ones to really look out for at the moment. So on screen at the moment, we've got quite a close race developing between Alistair Dendy and Paul Day. Just 4/10 or 3/10 of a second between those two drivers. Someone's off track in the background. We've just cut away from that, but I'm sure we'll come back in a second. But one of the drivers behind has definitely gone. Oh, there's an incident. Maybe it's good we didn't. Straight into the hay bales on the outside of Sunny Inn. And there's the park cars. we're not sure what happened there, but we'll be watching that back separately. That was something slightly interesting happening there between Lanzadendi and Paul Day. So separately, I'm sure the race stewards will be watching. There's up the inside there, something going on. I think there's probably quite a lot of damage in these cars, I imagine, at the back. 3 abreast into the hairpin. That's an interesting line, not one I've seen before. Well, I think we've got some serious damage, one of those drivers, because he's really struggling to get around the corners. We've got 2 drivers going side by side into turn 1. Oh, very close. Good moving. Oh, a bit of a nudge there on the exit. Not particularly nice, that. It's a good job Christmas is so far away, otherwise he wouldn't be getting a card.
Just got Ben in race control looking. Oh, we've got Cosman in here. Oh, I don't know where he's going. It's like he's off to the supermarket, not having a race. We're just flicking through the grid now, just have a look, see what's going on. It's got race control. It looks like Paul Day just braked slightly too late into the back of him. It's knocked both the cars off. So we're on lap 4 at the moment, 3 laps completed. And it looks like all the cars now are separated, spread out, so we'll keep going through and we'll look for some action. We've got a car off there. Don't know if that's parked up. Yep, he's just got back on, but that car's damaged as well. You can see he'll be pitting next lap. I think it's struggling a bit. And we've got one car just parked up permanently in the pits. Reece Foreman is lean at the moment. We've got a slight issue with our overlay, but we'll have that resolved for the next race. Slight clerical error, we shall say.
Okay, so with a few laps remaining, 3 laps remaining, we've got quite a close group of drivers here. This is the battle for 3rd place with Tristan Eels, Nathan Burton, Jordan. Oh, something has gone horribly wrong there. So that's Nathan Burton on his roof, not for the first time today. Not entirely sure what happened there.
It looked like someone moved across on the other. Oh, here we go, we've got another car. I think the problem we've got here is a lot of these cars are very heavily damaged, and the drivers are literally trying to just get them back to
I think I would agree
back to the start
with
finish.
you,
I mean, just in the background.
I'm a bit surprised that some of them haven't gone in for some repairs. We're hoping to see a lot closer racing in the next group with a lot less offs. So this group is the bottom 9 drivers. So we should be looking forward to a closer race in the second group, the B group of drivers.
Do give credit to these drivers. They are not giving up. They might be taking some rather unique lines, but they're still continuing.
So guys, just to clarify for anyone who's asking on the stream, yes, it is. You won't see any bits and pieces falling off of these Hondas. They're not modelled for bits and pieces falling off. It's more suspension, steering damage that will be affecting the drivers as they race.
That was a very unique line through turn 1. I think this car is quite damaged. Actually, we've got a wheel missing off this car here. One. I think is that Reese?
So just checking who that is that's missing the wheel. Quite impressed that he's carrying on though. So let's have a look. The driver with no wheel is Reese in second place. This has degenerated somewhat. This race has not. It's a very clean racing in the first round of races. It has not gone well for this group of drivers.
I think they'll all be looking forward to getting off, sorting their minds out, and getting ready to go again. I mean, the majority of these cars are too damaged to race. We're on the last lap though, so we'll jump to the leader.
So Colin Talbot is leading. Looks like he's going to win his first SRTCC race.
He stayed out of trouble. Looks like he's got a relatively unscratched car.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about staying on the circuit. There's no point being quick if you end up either crashing into your competitors or if you crash into the walls.
And it looks like he is going to have the biggest the biggest winning margin in an SRTCC race, I think. We'll just catch him. He's coming around into the final complex. This is to take the lead. But what we will do, when he crosses the start-finish line, we will check and we will tell you the winning margin, because I think this is the biggest winning margin in an SRTCC race.
It probably is, yeah, absolutely. I would have thought so.
There we go, and there's a win.
So very well done to Colin for keeping on like his fellow competitors there. So in second place in that race will be Nathan Burton, his best result in SRTCC, and Grant Lyman in third, Reese Foreman in fourth, Jordan Cruikshank in fifth, Paul Day in sixth, Tristan Niels in seventh, Alistair Dendy in fifth, and in eighth, and Paul Eels in ninth position. So an entertaining race, if not clean. Entertaining for maybe all the wrong reasons. For some of us, it wasn't a close race. But it was entertaining. Join us in a second for Group 2 and the second fastest qualifiers.
attention, Jed, we're all not.
Okay, and we're about to do the SRTCC. We're hoping for a cleaner race here. This is the second round of races with Group B's, the second group of qualifiers. So this race should be a little bit closer. Hoping to see a lot less incidents as well. We are also restoring the timing bars on the left-hand side, so it should be a little bit easier for you guys at home following the racing to see who's in which position. Apologies for that. We are underway then. So Will Murphy. Looks like he's got his nose ahead coming into turn number 1 between him and Adam Cater. Adam Cater's in the lead.
Oh, there's a bit of
a
bump in
nudge
there.
behind. Oh, big crash there. Not sure who that is. Just find out. That might be Dane, I believe. Dane Oliver. The rest of the drivers are also going around the circuit nicely. Will Murphy has taken the lead ahead of Adam Cater. These drivers should be relatively evenly matched. Oh, close battle there between these three drivers. One of the drivers going a little bit wide, getting on the grass.
We've got a battle here for the lead between Will Murphy and Adam Cater. It's fair to say Will did not have the best race last time out, so he's going to be looking at scoring a victory over Adam Daisy Cater. For third place though, Lee Connell, Callum Cripps and Mark Winwood are having what looks like an almighty battle. They're just about to go into the hairpin, so it looks like these guys are giving each other a little bit of space. They are closely matched. I think both the A and the B group, there's a lot of drivers that are interchangeable. It can be, and you'll see them pop up in either the A or the B final, depending on how the race has gone. Just jumping back to, actually, we'll stay on this for a second. We do have 8 cars within 10 seconds of each other, so already this is shaping up to be a bit more of a structured race than the last round we saw. Oh, we've got a little bit of contact there. Is that Mark Winwood and Callum Cripps? It's a little bit naughty there. You've got to leave space to the driver. You can't deliberately force them off. Luckily, no harm has been done there. Oh, and then we've got an accident. That was that Callum Cripps. The hay bales have gone. I think that's Callum Cripps and Mark Winwood there. So we'll get race control to have a look at that. Here we've got Ben Irwin and Andrew Fellows having a battle for 5th and 6th place. Let's jump on board with Ben Irwin. And we'll try and follow him for a lap, assuming I can just see that Dane Oliver's overtaken Mark Winwood, so I think Mark Winwood's race is over. He must have sustained quite a lot of damage in that. Here we go, it's Ben Irwin. Oh, side by side, there's not a lot of room through that hairpin. So that chicane. Now that he's had to lift down, he's lost a lot of time. So up at the sharp end, we've still got Will Murphy leading with Adam Cater in 2nd place. I think this is where the best battle of the track is at the moment. We've got Andrew Fellows in 5th, Ben Irwin in 6th and Callum Cripps in 7th. They're all pretty close to each other on the track, as you can see. Here we go. Here's Ben Irwin overtaking Andrew Fellows for 5th. But I can see in the background it's looking tight, so is Andrew Fellows going to lose 2 positions in a series of corners? He'll be able to hold on to that. So still got Andrew Fellows here and Callum Cripps, closest battle on track. So let's go on board with Callum, let's see what he's seeing. Andrew a little bit wide on the exit there. This is I think one of the fastest sections of the track. You've really got to be committed here, but if you do have damage it does make it a lot difficult. And I'm not sure where Andrew Fellows is going, but it's not the right way. Callum takes the position. Let's jump up to the beginning. With Will Murphy here following him. He is 3.5 seconds clear at the moment. You can see Adam Cater in 2nd, and Lee Connell is closing up in 3rd place. And then there's a little bit of a gaggle of cars. And I'll spread out a little bit. I think Mark Winwood is well and truly out of this race. He's still in the mix. Can we see him anywhere? I wonder if we could get a Oh, I think he's still in his pod at the moment. I was going to see if we can grab him for an interview. I don't think he's going anywhere. Look like he hit those hay bales pretty hard. So we're going to see if I can get a word with Mark Winwood.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
As we have wireless mics here, we can actually go over and speak to the drivers. So I've got Mark Winwood here. I'm going to ask him what happens. I can see that he's going to be in the pit for about 5 minutes, so I think his race is over. Mark, tell us what happened.
Well, we were going into the 3rd gear corner in the back of the circuit, and it was going to be great early. So there was nowhere for me to go really, so I made contact at the back of him, and after that I was a passenger.
Yeah, we did see both of you going off into the hay bales. Unlucky for that, I guess your race is over, but hopefully you'll be able to pull something back in the next race.
I mean, maybe. So.
Alright, thanks for that, Mark, and better luck next time.
So whilst we were talking to Mark then, actually Adam Cater has lost a position. He's spun out from 2nd place, which obviously he's probably not going to be too happy with that. Rather now our closest battle is, and we're just going to join them live, Ben Irwin and Dan Ryan. This is for 4th position, quickest parts of the circuit.
You've got to have a lot of confidence through here, Ben, especially with these cars.
Absolutely, it's easier to keep it on the power than off with this lift off oversteer. Oh, a bit of a nudge. I think we'll probably let him.
It's a little bit wild.
This is a little bit cheeky, yeah, as one of the spectators has just mentioned. Very, very close. I think we need to look from elsewhere.
Oh, that's probably a little.
It's a lot of contact there. There's going to be a review from the stewards. So Dan Ryan in 4th place. Ben Owen's now done it to 6th because that's Callum Cripps who's just gone through on the inside of the hairpin. So what does that mean for the result? So Will Murphy leading, Lee Connell in 2nd place. I imagine Lee's probably got a little bit of damage with the lap times he's doing. 127.3 was his last time round. Although he might have made a mistake, his best lap time is a 126.5. Adam Cater in third place after his spin. In fourth place is Dan Ryan after that cheeky move around the sunny in, sunny out. So Callum Cripson was taking maximum advantage of that in fifth place. Ben Irwin in sixth. That's who we're following at the moment. It looks like it's going to be shaping up for another battle now as we move on board. Sorry, not with Lee Connell. Let's move back to Ben Irwin. So this is the group of Ben Irwin, Callum Cripps and Dan Ryan. Dan Ryan's at the front of this group. Behind these guys, 20 seconds down, is Andrew Fellows. Is there going to be a move? Can he go around the outside? He's going to cut back into the last complex. That's very close. That's touring car close. I think that's a move Plato would be proud of, I think.
It's going to be hard to go around the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. I expected Ben there to cut back for a better exit, and that is the end of the race. Actually quite a close race there for those group of drivers. So it's Will Murphy taking the win, Lee Connell in second, Adam Cater in third, Dan Ryan in fourth. In fifth place was Callum Cripps. In sixth place, Ben Irwin. Seventh place, Andrew Fellows. Dane Oliver, who we're on board with now, just about to cross the line in eighth. And Mark Winwood in ninth position, who is still in the pit lane.
Just going to go there, swap over to the A race that's coming up. So give us a couple of minutes and we should be good to go again.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Okay, and welcome back to Simply Race Touring Car Championship. this is race number 2 for the A group of drivers, the top group of drivers. You may notice there's a gap on the grid where Bradley Philpott should be in pod number 3. Bradley will not be taking part in this session. He is, I think he's adopting a cat. No,
is he?
No, he's he is rescuing a stray cat who is a bit ill, so he's doing his Good Samaritan work for today. In the meantime, though, we've got this race to concentrate on. It should be another excellent race. So Michael Epps putting away from pole position in the Yamaha Honda car, alongside Stephen Moffat in the Pertec liveried car. It's going to be interesting coming to turn 1. It looks like Stephen has the best of Epps into turn 1. He's pushed them both wide, and Epps has hit one of the bollards on the of turn 1. So that's Michael Epps all the way back down to last place. Absolutely, as some of the spectators have said, he's not going to be very happy with that.
It will be interesting though to see Michael Epps catch up and fight his way through the field. He is a very, very quick driver. And his car didn't look that bad.
There is an incident at the end of the straight. We're just going to be rewatching that back. Stephen Moffat, it looks like he's had an incident. We're just watching the replay.
So at the moment we've got Lewis Manley in first place. Just had a little bit of contact between Carl Chard and Jack Ashton. Jack has backed out of it though, so I think he knew he was perhaps on the...
It was actually Jack Ashton involved in the first incident with Stephen Moffat, and that's being reviewed separately at the moment as well. So our top 2 drivers are well back at the moment.
We've got Chris Hardwick in 3rd place at the moment, just ahead of Jack in 4th. I don't know what's happened to Jack though. He did not seem to come out of that corner. And he's dropped all the way down to 8th place, so I think... Got a bit of a gaggle of drives here. David Williams, Steve Boyce and Steve from Moffat. And just behind you can see Michael Epps in the background, so he is catching up. These 3 cars. Let's try and jump on board. You can see exactly how close they are. We've got a car off in front, a little bit of contact there, but bit of bundling there. And there's Epps going through as well. So we've got Lewis Manley leading at the moment, 1.1 seconds ahead of Carl Chard in 2nd. David Williams is about 6 seconds behind the lead in 3rd, with Chris Hardwick in 4th and Stephen Moffat in 5th. So it's close between those. Michael Epps in 6th place. He's not going to be long before he's right up behind these 2. He's going to want to be good lap timing as well. So let's jump on board with Epps, and he can watch this battle just in front of him. So right, Chris Hardwick is 4th now. Stephen Moffat side by side. It's a quick section of the track here. You see he's taken the wrong line. He's lost all that speed and Epps has passed, even before the braking zone. So Epps is in 5th place and he's got Stephen Moffat right in front of him and David Williams, who's gone off the track. I think that's going to be... Somehow we've jumped car. Let's jump back to all this gaggle. And let's see how this all shakes out after the first two corner qualifiers. I mean, the difference between 3rd and 9th place is 2 seconds. That is it. You can see how close this is. Oh, Epps has got so much speed through that chicane. Just jump forward a car just so we can. Stephen Moffat taking 3rd place from David Williams. Is Epps going to get Croft? There we go. He's lining them up. Wonder if he's going to be able to just slingshot past him on the way into Sunny Inn. I've seen quite a few accidents into this corner. He's always had a look, but I think David Williams is too clever. But he has ran wide, and Epps is through into 4th place. Is he going to be able to hold it? We're just going to jump back to the lead battle for a second, because the difference between Lewis Manley and Carl Chard is less than a second. So we'll keep an eye on that at the same time. As you can see, all these guys coming in. There's Epps trying to get 3rd place. David Williams and Steve Boyce swapping positions for 5th and 2nd. Carl Chard's keeping Lewis Manley honest at the front. Their gap seems to be fluctuating between about 0.9 to 0.1 seconds. Looks like Michael Epps is pulling away a little bit here from David Williams. But is he going to be able to catch up and overtake Stephen Moffat? Is under a lot of pressure here. Oh, it's a bit of a lunge. Oh, I think you've got to be very brave to do that and have the car give you a little. Just up ahead, Epps is piling the pressure on now. Lewis has extended his gap from Carl Chard in 7th place. 0.73 seconds, so they've got a little bit of a cushion. But we do have yellow flags in section 1. I think that's the slow car coming out of the pit. Jack Ashton 3 laps down. So hopefully if he's got his car fixed, he'll just be wanting to go out, put a lap time in so he can get back in the A final. Still close between David Williams and Steve Boyce for 5th and 6th as well. You can just see him in the background of this, but Michael Epps has got the bit between his teeth there, and he is piling the pressure on. And by the looks of it, Epps is also catching on the leader. Carl must have had a bit of a bad lap because he's dropped to 2.4 seconds behind, but Michael Epps only 6 seconds behind after that first corner incident.
Impressive, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see his talent. I don't think it's going to be long before he's past Stephen Moffat. But then at the same time, Moffat's going to want to score some points after his first race accident.
After throwing away race 1, it's it'll be interesting to see what happens here between these two very talented drivers. Lewis is kind of walking away with it at the moment. It could be something on Stephen Moffat proportions for him to lose it for now.
Just jumped on board Moffat. We'll follow him down through
Mega for the last part of the lap.
Here we go. He's
This is
breaking up.
They're both catching Carl as well, who's pretty easy. He's
Wait,
very close. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, he's going to try and cut back. He hasn't managed to do it. Great attempt and a good solid drive back there.
What was the gap at the end? 5.6 seconds down on the. That is impressive. So we've got Lewis Manley taking a win. Carl Chard in second place. Stephen Moffat in third. Michael Epps in fourth with a good recovery drive. David Williams fifth. Steve Boyce in sixth. Chris Hardwick seventh. Jack Ashton in eighth. And Bradley did not start. And she's ninth. We're just going to set up for race 3. So it's going to be about 5 minutes or so. And we will be back. we should be back shortly. We're just going through to see if there's any protests from the previous races. All the competitors have the opportunity to come forward and put anything forward to the stewards that they think they may have missed. Trying to get this done as quickly as possible, just in the interest of fairness, really. It is possible that we may have missed something off camera. So we're just looking at one of the first corners here. You see a big group around the race control. You see having a look, trying to work out if anything penalty should be given or anything. We have a lot of people here tonight. We are quite lucky in our venue where we've got Subway and KFC next door. So a lot of the drivers have just gone off to get themselves something to eat. Prime location here at Simply Race in Milton Keynes. So hopefully once we've got this over and done with, we shall be good to go for the final 3 races of the evening. Starting off with Group C. I've got the official entry list here. So Group C has got Colin Talbot, Andrew Fellows, Grant Lyman, Nathan Burton, Tristan Eels, Jordan Cruikshank, Mark Winwood, Paul Eels and Bradley Philpott, who unfortunately has had to leave because of one of his cats. It's a bit of an emergency, which is a shame, but whilst the stewards are just going and looking at this last thing, just to keep you updated on some of the events we've got coming up here at Simply Race. In 2 weekends' time, on Sunday, we'll have the 5th round of the Simply Race Touring Car Championship, which will be these Honda Civics from Silverstone. 30 places are available. I would imagine it's going to be a sellout, so if you do want to come, make sure you get in there quickly. On the 30th of January, we have the Champion Showdown, where we're going to have 10 or 12 real-life drivers coming in who are going to take part in the race, and we got a wildcard entry, which will be for one of the drivers who is quickest in the lap of the month competition. I don't have a full entry list of some of the names that are going to be in this Champion Showdown, but names like Alex Buncombe, Rob Huff, and a few of the touring car drivers have all said that they're up for coming, as well as Will Buxton, the NPC F1 commentator. So what he'll think of our commentary when he's driving, I'm not sure, but that'll be good to see. And then at the 5th, 6th of March, we are doing Simply Race 24 Hour. So a lot of the drivers that are here tonight will be taking part in teams of between 3 and 8 drivers in a 24-hour race in GT3 cars at Estoril. So full driver swaps, day-night transition, weather, damage, tyres, fuel, the works. It's going to be a real challenge. We've got a team entering, and my workplace has a team as well. I think it's almost fully fully sold out. So keep an eye out over the next couple of weeks, and we should be showing you what we're going to be broadcasting then. I think drivers are getting back into their pods now, so I will be back with you in the next 2 minutes, and we should be going live for Heat C, their third race.
Attention grid, we're all
Right, and we are back for the final race for these chaps tonight. Colin Talbot is on pole position in the hot seat. Andrew Fellows in second, Grant Lyman third, Nathan Burton in fourth. Ones to watch in this race, Mark Winwood is heavily out of position, back in 7th place due to that accident, so I think he should be progressing through the field, but it's a good start at the moment for Andrew Fellows. Let's just hope all these cars can get a complex of turn 1 and 2 without major damage. It all looks a bit close, but there's a slight car off there, but I think most drivers have all got around that without incident. Oh, and as I say that, it looks like someone has just managed a beautiful save through the barriers. I'm not sure which drive that was. There's a bit of contact there, a bit further back. But Mark Winwood there coming through to 3rd position. Should jump back to 4th place. Oh, we've got a few cars sliding there. Oh, hang on. I don't think that's... Oh, we've got a car off there. I think Colin might be responsible for that one. Jordan looks like he's back on his wheels and going roughly in the right direction. But up the front we've got Nathan Burton first. Mark Winwood has got caught right up to 2nd, and Grant Lyman in 3rd place. So let's go on board with Mark Winwood. He did start 7th and he's managed to somehow avoid most of the chaos here. We'll see what he can do. It's a very tricky turn 1 and 2. It's complex of corners. It really forces you wide. Mark's taken a tight line. He's got on the power a lot earlier than Nathan. And through the chicane. Oh, Nathan sideways through that chicane. I think this is going to be Mark Winwood. Let's just jump to an outside camera just so we can see. They're side by side, and I think that's Mark has taken the lead. Good battle there. Now let's have a look to see what else is going on the track. So, second place there. Where is he going? Nathan Burton's had an absolute nightmare. It looks like he's a 17-year-old in a car park with his handbrake on. On the cross. He got the car in front. Colin Talbot, 3rd place. I think some of these drivers perhaps did not practice as hard as some of the some about A-class things. But it's good that they can get in here, they can get involved in a race, and they are actually still some people. Right, what have we got here? Paul Eels and... Is this Tristan Eels? Is this a father-son combo, I believe? Oh! One thing you will notice about these Civics is that when they come out of the corner, they are driving incredibly wide, and that's part of it being a front-wheel drive car with lift-off oversteer. You start turning. Oh! I think Paul Eels has just knocked off Tristan. So let's jump back up to the beginning. Mark Winwood's got quite a convincing lead now, 7 seconds over Grant Lyman in second place, who again is 7 seconds in front of Nathan Burton and Colin Talbot for third and fourth. There's a bit of a gap down to Jordan Cruikshank and Paul Eels, with Tristan, who's just was knocked off by Paul. And then Andrew Fellows and Bradley that obviously didn't start this race. This is still the best battle on the track at the moment between Nathan and Colin here. Mark Winwood looks like he definitely should have been up towards the top of the B final, maybe even the A final. But yeah, 11 seconds ahead. He's taken 2 or 3 seconds a lap out of these chaps. This is a pretty convincing performance. But saying that, last time we did this, the driver went off, and we looked quite silly afterwards. So hopefully Mark won't get the commentator's curse. So, ooh, Nathan, particularly sideways there. You can see some of these guys there really holding onto the car through this corner. It's pretty impressive. It's good that these guys can still have a race. The format of this event in particular encourages people with a similar ability to race together. And on exactly the same hardware, exactly the same steering wheel, same setup, same car. It's all down to skill and probably a little bit of luck, just making sure that they do not damage their car in the process. Let's jump forward to Mark Winwood. Let's take an onboard lap with him. Let's see how he drives. So, flat out down the start for the straight. He's got this little right, left, right kink. It's all about, you can see what a weird corner this is, and you need to get on the power and keep the power down. Round this corner, through the chicane flat out, and then you want to keep it flat. And what you're looking for, on the left hand side down here, probably about the 75-60 metres, brake hard, follow this round to the right, and you need to get on the power so that the car, you can see there the car tossing. Oh, and Mark Winwood, as we're watching him, we don't know where he's going. He's hit a barrier. I think he might get away with that. I'm not sure how badly damaged this car's going to be. With a 15-second lead, this is definitely not what he wanted to see. But what a time to go on board. Alright, we're just going to jump just to have a look at his car. I think he may have got away with that. He will be kicking himself for that. Let's not go into interview him now. But that was yeah. So jump down to Grant Lyman. It's only fair. Yeah, with the commentator's curse, maybe Colin will take a detour. With Nathan Burton just behind him. Is that who I think it is up the road? Mark Winwood has gone off again. He must have a damaged car. He's only 5 seconds clear. He's still got 4 wheels, which is a good sign. But he has thrown that all away at this lap. A 1:44 He has just lost 16 seconds to Grant Lyman, who is right behind him. And if Mark does have a damaged car, he is going to be struggling here. He's going to have to keep cool, keep his lines, and hope that nothing else. You can see, is that smoke coming out of his engine? Is it, or is that just tyre smoke? We will keep an eye, but Grant Lyman is definitely catching up. And Nathan Burton in third place, only 5 seconds behind now. So let's go on board with Grant. Look, that is Mark Winwood up the road. That is what 2 seconds is round this track. So through this fast bit, this is where Mark's going to be struggling. If he has damaged his car, you can see him running just that little bit wide. That's just damage there. Hasn't got the grip. Let's see where this is. I reckon his confidence has been knocked a little bit here. I mean, this is coming up to the end of lap 6, I believe. By the end of lap 5. Oh, it's 1.2 seconds now. So Grant really needs to keep the pressure on now. Mark is well and truly. I think he's going to be kicking himself after this. Right. We'll jump forward and look at Mark. If we can get a proper on-board view with him, so that you can see his cockpit. There we go. Let's check his steering inputs. See, that's a lot of lock he's got on there, all the way around there. Oh, and you can see. Look at him struggling with the car. Let's just go off. We just jump off. I think we're going to see a change to the lead here. Here's Mark Winwood. You can see the smoke. Grant is right behind him. It's the last lap. Can Mark hold on from Grant Lyman? 1.3 seconds separate them. Is Mark going to be lucky? This is the bit that he's really struggling on. You can see Grant just catch up in these tight corners. But as long as Mark drives defensively, doesn't make any mistakes and crosses the line, still in the lead. He's going to be a little bit vulnerable towards a dive bomb at the hairpin. It's so tempting to do that at a track with a full-on hairpin before the last corner. But Mark seems slow round there. Grant is right behind him. But I think Mark's just done enough. If he can get himself around this corner, not run wide. He's run wide a little bit, but he's got the drive out. I think here we've got a very lucky win from Mark Winwood. Followed closely over the line, Grant Lyman. Third place to Nathan Burton. Jordan Cruikshank is a little way back in fourth place. Who's actually a lap down. No, actually he's not. I don't think he's finished yet. But we'll just watch Jordan and Andrew Fellows cross the line. You can see these cars are damaged, these guys. They have been struggling. But they will have finished shortly. So, Kristen Eels came... Ooh, hang on. What's going on here? Is this for position? Yes, Andrew Fellows has just taken fourth place from Jordan Cruikshank. Just on the last corner, so that was a change we weren't expecting. Andrew Fellows in fourth place, Jordan Cruikshank in fifth place, and sixth place will be Tristan Eels. We're just going to set ourselves up for the next race, and we will be back very shortly.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
And here we are. Sorry about that. And here we are for race 2. Race 3 of the B final. Alistair Dendy's on pole position, Steve Boyce second, Jack Ashton third, Adam Cates fourth, Chris Hardwick fifth, Reece Foreman sixth, Dane Oliver seventh, Dan Ryan eighth, and Paul Day ninth. And they are go. It's like a slow start from the guy in pole position. Steve Boyce looks like he's stretched out the lead into the turn 1. And his car's all looks a little bit close. Let's just jump back a little bit. There's a little bit of barging, but it looks like all the cars are relatively, so it's nice and close here. Jack Ashton's just overtaken, it's taken second place from Alistair Dendy. Dan Ryan taken 7th from Dane Oliver. All look pretty well behaved throughout this first bit. Oh, saying that, Dan Ryan and Paul Day are having a little bit of a door banging session there. That's not going to help either of them out. But I guess like normal touring cars, the last race of the day is always the mad one. Still got Steve Boyce leading, coming up to the hairpin to the first lap. Jack Ashton right behind them. Let's focus in and jump on that battle. Alistair Dendy in third in the Honda USA Racing liveried car. And Cato in fourth, just right behind. Adam Cater is coming under a little bit of pressure though from Reece Foreman. Oh, is that for the lead? Jack Ashton taking the lead there. Oh, nice line through there. The cars all seem relatively spread out at the moment. We're just focusing on Jack here. I mean, there's only 10 seconds covering the top full 9 drivers. 5 seconds covering up to 7th place. So let's jump on board with 7th place at the moment. Here we go. This is Paul Day, so he's got a good view of everything that's going on up ahead. He does seem a little bit off the pack. Let's just jump forward 1 position. And you see the pressure that Dane Oliver is putting Reece Foreman under, who again is not that far off the back of Adam Cater, who's again not far off the back of Alistair. This is definitely one of the most. It's right on the back there. Is he going to be able to get the run into turn 1? I think a lot of the drivers have enjoyed this round at Croft. It's a little bit of a different circuit. It's not one that you see on every single racing simulator and game released on the sun. I think the last time I saw it was in an old Tonka touring car game on the PlayStation 2, maybe even the PlayStation. So a lot of these drivers are used to it. Got Dane Oliver rubbing doors there. It's good to see these drivers when they going to get into their to a good race, seeing them work out the weaknesses of their opposition and where they can go quicker. I mean, Dane's just had a little bit of a go there, and instantly there's put Paul Day right behind him. This is what we want to see. lot of smoke here, and what's going on here? Is that? Oh, that's Alistair Dendy gone off a little bit and rejoined. He's trying not to lose any other position, but it's a little bit rough. But it is difficult to get these cars turned and the power on and keep them online. I mean, look, there's 5 cars here. Oh, that's Alistair's shortcut the chicane there. We'll keep an eye on that, because if that happens again, he will be told off for track limits. But we've got a car off there. Reece Foreman has taken one hell of a tumble, but he's still going. But that's cost him heavily. I think his car is going to be pretty horrible to drive now. But that was a big crash there. Adam Cater now is piling the pressure. Who's that? Oh yeah, Dane Oliver's gone off wide. Was that Paul Day? Sorry. Yeah, Jack Ashton's got a 7-second lead. And Adam Cater and Dane Oliver battling. And Paul Day now is in the mix. And it looks like Paul's going to go for it up the inside. Oh no, he knows it's tricky to hold it round there. You've got to give the other guys some space. So Jack Ashton's now got a lovely 9 seconds second lead. And then Dane Oliver, Adam Cater and Paul Day all within 2 seconds. We've got a little bit of contact here between Adam Cater, who's actually going backwards at the moment. Paul Day, it's close. They're side by side. Oh, Adam's sideways. Oh, and he's been hit there. I think he's going to be a little bit aggrieved with that, but he was out of control and the car clipped him on a fast part of the track, so I don't think he's got much grounds for a protest. But of course all the drivers are welcome to submit protests afterwards, which are looked at by race control. But let's just jump forward to Jack Ashton, who is having probably quite a boring race. 10 seconds clear now over the battles behind. But again, everyone is still quite close. Dame Oliver in second, Paul Day in third, Alistair Dendy there in fourth, Adam Cater in fifth, Dan Ryan sixth, Chris Hardwick in seventh. Steve Boyce we've got in the pit. I think that was his car was pretty damaged, as was Reece Foreman, both of them. I think they've called time on it for today. Well, we've actually got Reece Foreman here with us, who has parked his car in the pit, so we're just going to ask him, can you tell us in your words what happened?
I rolled it.
I think we did catch that on the stream, but...
Guy in third kind of clipped the inside curb before I get him on the outside, and then I backed out for an exit, and then he backed out as well, so...
It did look quite unfortunate, but spectacular. After this, we'll... Yes, you can watch all this back on the live stream. There we go. Jack is just starting his last lap here. He's about 10 seconds ahead. Dane Oliver in second place now, with Paul Day just catching him. So then there's a little bit of a gap between Mr. Dendy, Adam Cater, Damn Ryan. And then let's not forget Chris Hardwick. He's still going. Just having a look at his lap times. I think he might have a slightly damaged car. So here we are. Here we go. Here's Jack coming through the complex, heading into the final hairpin, and that will be a win for him today. Normally, we'd expect to see Jack in the A finals, so it is a recovery drive for and another win for him. I think he'll still be a little bit disappointed with that. Dane Oliver crossing the line in second place. Nice controlled drive from him there. Paul Day fighting his way up to third. Alistair Dendy in fourth place. Adam Cator all over the grass on his way out, crossing the line in fifth. Dan Ryan in sixth. And Chris Hardwick is just crossing the line now in seventh place, with Boyce in eighth, and we heard from Rhys Foreman earlier in ninth place. So we're going to take a quick break as we for the our last race of the series of the evening, and we'll be back shortly.
Attention grid, we're all not.
Drivers are just taking their seats now, so we will be shortly going live to the on-track action for the last race of the day. There are a lot of big names and fast drivers in this, so hopefully we should get a fantastic race to finish off this evening. We will be going live in probably about a minute. Just once all drivers are in their pods, got their seats adjusted, headsets sorted, if they need to move their viewpoint at all.
Yeah. I'm ready to go.
Hello and welcome to the final race of tonight. I'm joined again with Ben.
Yeah, sorry guys, it was me missing. I was looking at the points for the overall results, but back to watch this this final race. A lot of big hitters in this one. Michael Epps starting from pole position with Stephen Moffat in second place. And Stephen's probably in the better line that we've seen quite often. The person starting second has ended up first by the first one.
Let's go.
We're away. It looks like the person Callum managed to rotate 360 degrees. And there's an incident behind. We'll have to look back on that. But as the drivers go into turn one, Stephen Moffat is leading Michael Epps. And
David Williams
is off the track. Trying to squeeze through the chicane. There's going to be a lot of slipstreaming as the drivers come down the main straight. Well, one of the main straights, it's not the main straight.
So it's Stephen Moffat's
very close. Just a couple of tenths of seconds to top three.
Ben's just going to have a look back at the start there. Stephen Moffat has got Michael Epps is 3 tenths behind. We saw how good Michael Epps was in those last race that he did. Will Murphy in third place, Ben Irwin in fourth, Lewis Manning in fifth, Callum Cripps in 6th.
Just a quick update from the replay.
And Lee Connell was 7th. Funnily enough, the top 7 are covered by 2.9 seconds, so it's pretty close here.
So just a quick update from the replay that you won't be able to see on your screens. One of the drivers at the start that went off was Carl Chard, and the reason he went off was he actually turned in front of another driver, so that's the reason why he went off. And we'll now be reviewing the incident with Michael Epps as we rejoin the action into turn 1, 3 abreast.
This is definitely close. A little bit unfortunate there. So Callum Cripps has taken over Lewis Manley. Lewis is back up to 5th though, so let's see what's going on here.
And just also going back to the other replay where David Williams was off circuit and spun out, the reason was he gone wide at turn 1 when he joined the circuit, but hit one of those very hard bollards on the outside of turn 1.
The closest battle we've got on track at the moment is between us, Lewis Manley and Lee Conaway. Oh, just as we just looked, just a little bit up. That is Ben Irwin making a little bit of a mess, and he's got Lewis Manley right behind him now. Even actually, let's look at right at the front. I don't want to miss this battle, but the 1st and 2nd place, Michael Epps, is right behind Stephen Moffat now. 2/10 of a second in it. We're just going to keep our eye on the back. I just kind of want to cover both of these. So Michael Epps is the championship leader at the moment, I've just heard. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and look on board from his car at him chasing down Stephen Moffat.
So yeah, I think because Bradley's been out of action for the second part of this race, Michael will retake the championship lead now. There is a drop round as well, so Bradley can drop this round and still the championship.
Oh, here we go, here's Michael Epps. Is he? Oh,
Is he back to back?
his feed.
He's out there into Sunny out.
I think we're going to see a dive into the hairpin here.
Very close.
It's close now. Stephen Moffat's absorbing this pressure though from Michael Epps.
Can he do it for another 5 laps? Very. Just some good defensive driving there from Stephen, sort of blocking the exit. Michael, so we've got a good run at him down the straight. There is some slip shaping effect, but it's not massive in these touring cars.
It's easy to just focus in on this battle, but if you just look down those long straights, you'll see there's another 4 cars.
Pretty close together. This is probably still the closest race on circuit.
Epps has had a good run there. He does seem to be quick out these corners and be able to carry the speed down the straight.
So there's a lot of real world race experience. Michael has talked about it quite a few times already. Can mention one thing very quickly whilst here we go. It's I didn't realise how close those guys were behind actually.
Yeah, they're right there.
So something that's happened between these 2 drivers, I'm sure both in both Will, Ben and Lewis will be very happy to see that. It's actually very, very close to the battle for 4th place. Will's slightly ahead of Ben, so it's close behind.
I wonder if we'll see that Stephen and Michael will actually slow themselves down and allow Will to catch up. We'll be able to see the gap as they cross the start-finish line.
Absolutely. I'm sure it won't be deliberate, but racing hard can often end up with your lap times being organised, so they don't need to worry about lap times anymore. There are no more races tonight, so there's no qualifying for the next round. So they can just concentrate on the race and not just the other bits and pieces. Interesting, David Williams, just looking at time screens, is starting to catch up with 8th place Carl Chard. So we should expect probably a battle between those 2 drivers very soon.
There we go, we just jump back to them now. Jump back to the lead battle though. 2/10 of a second in it.
Can't take our eyes off that.
No.
They would justify it to look at 8th place instead of the guys fighting for the race win.
They have extended the gap over Will Murphy in 3rd. Only so like a couple of tenths, but you can see the speed that these 2 are going. the beauty of these two guys in this sim setting, they are actually sat right next to each other. They are not looking over at each other. You can just see ultimate concentration from both of them.
That's probably the next thing we need to get pod cam so we can see how hard they're concentrating.
There goes ups again. Yeah, he's absorbing. A lot of pressure.
Well, and so we got Mark here who's commentating on how Stephen's absorbing a lot of pressure, but we did see obviously in race 1 that Moffat did throw it away with a 4-second lead and ended up 4th.
Yeah.
But he has had a very impressive debut at the SRTCC. Great to have a competitor of his calibre. As Mark's just commented, it is a slightly larger gap now between Stephen and Michael. Doesn't look very big, but it's a tenth bigger. I mean, maybe we'll take some solace in that.
Let's just jump back to the battle for 5th and 6th. It's Lewis Manley under a lot of pressure from Lee Connell. I don't know if these cars do have damage. Oh, he's just forced him off. Oh, the cars are just inches away from each other. But he's gone deep. Lee has. I think we're going to try and see Lewis hook up underneath him. Go on board with Lewis, man. Watch this for a little bit. Lewis putting the pressure on. I think he has got a slight bit of damage here. You can see that he's sliding around a little bit, but a lot of these cars are doing that. Just the style. Just jump back to the battle at the front. I think that's Will Murphy that's just gone off there. He's dropped from 3rd to 6th. Just going to jump on board with Michael Epps' camera now. You can see how close he is on the back of Stephen Moffat.
It's incredibly close.
He is looking everywhere for somewhere to get past.
I think Stephen's got some excellent defensive lines. So he's missed the apex there. Maybe that might be deliberate to try and block Epps' exit. Cuts back across.
Well, there we go, and that's the finish. Stephen Moffat takes the win with Michael Epps in 2nd. That race did go through quite quickly in the end. That was a good one. Let's just have a quick look. We got Ben Urban in 3rd place, Lee Connell in 4th, Lewis Manley in 5th, Callum Cripps in 6th, Will Murphy in 7th, Carl Chard in 8th, and David Williams in 9th place. So we are just going to jump back to the webcam now. And so that concludes all our on-track action from Simply Race this evening. We hope you have enjoyed it. It's certainly been good to commentate on and watch, and I think that nearly everyone here has enjoyed themselves. So once again, thank you, and we will see you in 2 weeks for round 5 from Silverstone. Alright, thank you very much.